I did nothing interesting at all, except that I did fly a flying fortress. I had injured my back, so I was being sent home in a hospital ship. And there was this clapped-out flying fortress, which took people for leave from Bari to Rome and back. And I got on it. It was absolutely crammed with people going on leave. And the pilot, who must have been all of 19, I should think, came down. He said, "Who's the girl who's going home in the hospital ship?" So I thought, "I am." So he said, "Well, come up into the cockpit." So it's a sort of spiral thing up to a flying fortress cockpit. And he said he wanted to go off and play poker, so would I fly it, having got it up? And it's terribly easy to fly. You only have to keep a sort of digit level. So off we flew. And I'd never been in an aeroplane before. And then a mechanic came up. I should think he was about 23, fiddling about with various bits of engine. And I said, "I think I'm going to be sick." And he said, "You can't be." And I said, "Why not?" And he said, "Well, there's nowhere to be sick in." So I thought, all right, I won't be then. So off we flew. And then the youth, who was the pilot, I think there were a couple of youths actually, came up and he said, "Would you like to see Cassino?" I'd never heard of Montecassino. I think Montecassino was May, and this was about the end of September. So it seemed the thing to say, "Yes, thank you very much." So he took the controls and flew very low over Montecassino. Hardly a thing standing, and there was a village below the monastery. And in the village there was a line of bright washing hanging out. How anybody survived, I don't know, but I shall never forget that. So then he took it up again, and he said, "It's too easy keeping this little digit level. Anybody can do that. There's a line of mountains going up from Bari to Rome either side." He said, "Keep the wing level with the mountains." So off he went downstairs to go on with his poker. And if you keep the wing of the aeroplane level with that range of mountains, this one drops down. So you heave it up, and that one goes down. So we lurched to Rome. And then the youth came up and landed it, and I was waiting at the bottom of the steps for my escort. And one man came down and he said, "I've never had such an awful flight in all my life." And I said, "I'm terribly sorry, I was flying it." So he went whoop and dashed into the long grass to be sick. Anyway, so I was there for a few days. I can't remember anything about it really. Then the same decrepit old aeroplane came in to take people back again. There were crowds of people, and it came in with an engine on fire. So the crowd wouldn't go. And I said, "I must go because I'm going back in this thing on Tuesday," whatever it was, as if they'd have cared. And so the Americans are terribly casual. They said, "OK, well, you come aboard and we'll just fly back again." So we flew back with one smoking engine, with me in the cockpit. They didn't let me fly at that time. That's the only remarkable thing. I guess I'm the only girl who's flown a flying fortress.